going on YouTube? Bigfoot here from Team Playmakers, and today I have Kevin Gonzalez, who unfortunately finished 73rd, 74th? 75th at the North America TCG Championship. He was one of the XT ones that did not make it, unfortunately, due to tiebreakers. But what were you playing, man?
I was playing Drytron.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the list anyways.
Yeah. 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, FG. The meme. 3 Gamma, 2 Delta. I don't play Prosperity, so I just value the Delta and an extra name rather than Prosperity and playing into draw a lot harder. You could just rather have a name, and sometimes the body's just better to get. Also, I was just drawing like insane off of this card. This card's broken. I don't know why. Like it's a part of, it's just like an upstart every turn. And in like game states that are like so simplified, you just keep drawing one. And it just overperformed today. And then Gekonids, you can just bully them down. After you droplets them, all their monsters are half. Just boom, boom, boom. And it's pretty self-explanatory. Also, when you get drolled, it's good to end on this and Fafnir. So at least you have something against them. Negate like Italy, negate right, and then have this to stop whatever other engine they're going to try to use. So that's pretty good. Pretty self-explanatory. This card's broken. I can't say enough about this card. This card carried me throughout the whole entire event. Natasha Steele for 3 is just too strong. And the life gain too. Against the Plunder player, I was able to stay alive because I just kept gaining back life as I kept stealing his monsters. And even though he was hitting me for like 2Ks, I just kept myself in the game because of this card. And we are playing the Sing build, so I did play the 1 Buster. And watch out. It's kind of like mandatory. It's a machine, so you can like in desperate hands, you can just go Medionis, send this, and like bring out whatever you need to bring out, just in case like you need to maintain the name on the board, like a Drytron. So you can add it back and then do more shenanigans with it. But pretty good. Only break with it once, but other than that, it was pretty solid. The fairies, one Diviner, one Herald, one Lancia. Pretty self-explanatory. This, honestly, I've won a handful of games just by going summon this turn 1, but it's better when you like Zeus them and then you bring this out because literally they have nothing they can do, and then now you have to deal with the ruler. But pretty good. Should be banned, or I don't know, just really strong. And for the spells, God card. Self-explanatory, freest card in Drytron. 3 Cyber Emergencies, only 2 Nova because I played the 2 Fafnir. You just don't want to brick on too many names, so or like too many of the same names. So this was a good ratio. It worked for me all day. 1 Ritual spell, only 1. Don't need to play 2. 1 is fine. Never got crowed. Never got anything. It was fine. 3 prep because you need to find Benton when you get Ash result for Alpha. So this is like your extra way of getting to it. Called by Foolish, the worst name, but it's a different name, so it's good. Or sometimes you just need to dump Natasha, like hard dump Natasha just to bring it back and then start going for OTK. The Demon of the format should be banned. I hate this card when I had to play it, but I did win a lot of games because of it. To Mystic Mind. I just want to say I'm sorry to all my opponents that I just sat on this and like just won because of it.
But are you really?
It's like it just felt so bad because you just go like Mystic Mind and then like the straggling player like in the last round I Mystic Mind him and I saw he used Draco back and he had like no more droplets because he had milled them off of with the Pega Ruler. So I'm like, I just told him like, dude, my hand is unplayable. If you have another out, you're gonna win, but I'm gonna deck you out. And he's like, okay, we'll just go to the next game. Stole a win off of that in the final round. And then another way to search for Benton, and the graveyard effect does come up. So many times where you're on top deck mode and you just have this, but you have a bunch of spells in graveyard because you keep dumping them off of like terraforming and like set rope, that you're able to bring back the Benton that you ritual summon, and then you can just go off of them. So this is really important. This is pretty relevant, especially the second effect. And then terraforming and 1 set rope. Side extra.
Do extra.
For the extra, I played one Boral Sword, one Mirage Light, Lina, broken, overperformed, Phoenix, just because you need to out stuff, Link Karibo, Underworld Goddess, and Apple. This, I was really like trying to see which one to like play, but I just didn't want to lose to like just stupid like towers monsters like Boroled and like Adignister or the Marincess deck. It's just outs everything. They kind of like, oh, what do you mean link your monster off? And you're like, yeah, Underworld Goddess. And just, it has a cheeky effect where you negate something from the graveyard, so that comes up against like a lot of decks like Snow. You force them to keep banishing more. So it was good. It performed really well. Apple, it's just kind of like that Link 4 that when you just don't really have a good board, you just sit on like Link 4 and then like Magic Key, and sometimes that's even able to give you the game. So really good. One Fuko, shout out to Logan JYA. He's the one that put me on this. I did not expect this card to perform as well as it did, and it did. This went in against Despia a lot because they would have Mirror Jade in defense, and I'm like, oh, this is prime for Fuko. So just Fuko, clear board, and then overperform. Getting Droll, just sitting on this, getting your turn, good, really good. Everybody should be playing it. It's actually really that good. And we got the 2 Mood Beta, pretty standard. Don't need more, don't need less. We have Zeus package, pretty good. Beatrice to send your side deck because that's like one of the most broken parts about this card. And like one hand names. And targets. I didn't play Prosperity because I felt like that card just, it doesn't play it plays into draw way too hard, and the deck already does that enough, so I just wanted to just try to play like more names or try to like cut it down so that way I don't have to really deal with that. I know it's good for opening up your side, but it doesn't matter when you're just getting drilled after it. So. And for the side, the Beatrice package, basically, broken. 3 Dark Ruler, only 2 Lava Golem. I know I'm gonna get shit for this from the Drytron community, but I just wanted to have like easy outs to it, and then this is mainly for like Despia and Punk Therion that are able to negate stuff like this and drop it. So that's what this kind. Did really well. Probably would change the ratio though. Probably put like a third one of this and just keep this at 2. But overall, I think it was good. It was good enough. I never drew this card, so there's that. 3 Twin and that. No back row. We don't talk about it. Flunder, Outlage, even Sword Soul. Just throw this in here. Everybody plays Imperm. Everybody plays anti-spell against this deck, so I might as well throw it in there. And then probably like the most, like, not like crazy, but the thing that makes my side different is just like 3 Droll. It's good against Mirror Match, it's good against Dragons, it's good against like decks that search a lot. Against, like, if it punishes Despot players who don't really like take in the fact that they're under Droll and they can't really do much. So like this turns off Guardian Chimera when they're trying to OTK you. It turns off Lost to get Mercurier, Allure, Patchwork, all that, and like just like mirror matches and like Flunder too to a certain extent. But yeah, this card was really good. It helped me win a lot of games today. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, this is really good. And worst case scenario, it's a level 1. So if you have 1 name in hands, you just go too fast.
All right, any notable rounds?
I started off this tournament with a round 1 loss because of my airplane. They got delayed like a couple times, so I got a round 1 loss. But I guess any of the notable games that I had was probably against that Dragon Link player. Dragon Link, it was just Mystic Mind, and then it was like a lot of people were just like, they would lose game 1 and then they would just like break game 2, and it's just like, it's unfortunate, but sometimes it's what it is. Other than that, just a pretty good event, pretty well-rounded event. I played against a lot of weird matchups because I started off with a round 1 loss. So Yeah, but other than that, it was pretty good. Nothing really over the top, and also from the regional team, so it's pretty good.
Any shout outs?
I want to give a shout out to the store back in Cali, Project CCG. My friend Johnny, my friend Udave, Dennis, Rosario. It was pretty strenuous mental game today because of all the bullshit that happened. But they kind of like helped me through it, and I just kind of pushed through. Had to run the table from being X2 all the way, from X2 from the beginning all the way through. I didn't drop a single game. Only drew against the Plunder player, but other than that, I had to go 9-0 essentially in order for me to even be in the position that I was in. So I mean, it sucks that I didn't top, but I got the record. I put myself in a position to have gotten it, and I'm happy about that.
All right, man. Thanks.